on Facebook and wait for a moment and go live. We're gonna go live on Facebook and YouTube right now. How funny is that? I got in trouble by a friend of mine for not starting live on Instagram one day. Well, not in trouble, but she was like, "Hey, where are you at?" And I was live on Share and YouTube on the Share Facebook page and YouTube, and she and so she's the reason why I start live. I start on time on Instagram every single day, Monday through Friday at 1:30. And the idea is just to show up to kind of be a consistent beacon. Sometimes I have things to talk about, sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's just more about showing up and being here. And if there's people that are tuning in and have stuff that they want to talk about or questions that they have, then we can do that. But welcome to Share the Live Stream. It's April 5th, 2021. And it is episode 16. Oh, I guess the first big news, this has been 24 hours for me, but maybe first time for you guys seeing. I chopped the beard off. I chopped it off. I chopped the beard off. Yeah, my phone is here. I should figure out how to bring up a picture of that. I chopped my beard off because well, the story originally behind my beard was that it was supposed to be a kind of a like a motivating factor. So if I were to, November 3rd, I started growing this beard out, and it was like, I'm not shaving this beard, I'm not trimming this beard until I can get back into the gym. This is after surgery. This is around surgery 1, right? And I'm kind of notorious for, doing stupid stuff like that. and so the idea was that, I might not be working out right now, but when I'm able to work out again, I'm gonna trim the beard and or cut the beard or whatever it is. And that was November 3rd. I thought maybe I would be growing it for like 6 weeks, and it wasn't 6 weeks. It's been 5 months, and so something that was kind of supposed to be like a motivator, like when you see me chop this beard off, then we're back on track. And if you don't know the story, my original goal was to have meniscus surgery so that I could actually start working out again, so that I could help alleviate some of the pain in my back. I have 3 slip discs that I got when I was at work in last quarter of 2019. And a torn meniscus during that same time. So the idea was kind of like slowly but surely, like, kind of build yourself back to health. And it was, have the meniscus surgery, get back to working out, maybe get some more mobility and stuff like that going on in your back, so that we can avoid back surgery or kind of keep anything in my back to a minimum. That was the point. That was the plan. Well, that's gone crazy wrong. And I've had 3 surgeries now and possibly a 4th soon on my knee. I haven't been able to work out. I haven't been able to do anything. So anyways, I started growing this beard, this big old beard. And I should have thought through exactly how to show that a little bit better, but I chopped it off. And the reason why I chopped it off was because it went from being something that was kind of like this beacon of hope, like, okay, when I get the beard chopped off, I'll be on the track for health, to now 5 months later, it was this long. Like, it was long, 4 or 5 inches long, and in some places, and it just became like a reminder that I was in pain. And so I chopped it off, and I'm fine with it. It was something that my intention was to, like I said, kind of have a fun little, like, hey, look, when at some point when I'm healed, I'll have this, I'll be clean shaven again or whatever. And so I have the picture pulled up right now. And if you're not following our Facebook or our YouTube, kind of check out our Facebook and our YouTube. Check out our Facebook, YouTube pages. They are good reminders. If following on Instagram is the best way, cool. I've decided to still go ahead and post on Instagram the show live. It just gets jittery sometimes whether it be with the stream feed or it be with you can't hear the music that I'm playing right now. But you know what? Let me see. It looks like I can add a picture, share a picture. Okay. And then oh yeah. With Instagram, I can actually share this picture. Boom. There's your boy right there. I'm going to leave that up for a minute. I'm going to leave that up, right? Because that's kind of the big thing for me. It was a big deal for me to chop my beard off because, when I say I'm going to do something, like I've done things like, I'm going to write and post something every single day for 40 days. Doesn't sound big, but it was like journal-esque. And so I did. I wrote and I posted something every single day for 40 days. There was another time that I did 100-day blog posts, and I had to basically check in every single day, and I did it. It's still up on my WordPress. So when I say I'm gonna do something, I don't even know why. I feel like I'm responsible to if I say something. I'm the type of dude that if I'm texting you and I'm like, oh yeah, I just texted that person. If I have not texted that person before I hit send to you, I will make sure I text that person. So I'm like, I'm the type of person that like, I just want to be 100% with like what my words are. I want my words to be real. So when I said I wasn't going to cut it, I said I wasn't going to cut it. All right. I wasn't going to cut it, and I ain't cut it. I don't know if you can see it right now, but I ain't cut it. I don't even know if you can see the whole beard. But I said I wasn't going to cut my beard until I was able to work out. And, that was supposed to be it. That was supposed to be the move. That was like, hey, if you can't work out, you can't cut the beard. You dig? And so, for me to cut it is a big deal. Because, I don't do stuff like that. I don't like say that I'm going to do one thing and then do something else. But this particular thing stopped serving me well. It stopped being fun. You know what I'm saying? Like if I say I'm not going to cut my beard until I can work out, and it's this big monster beard, but I'm getting better and I'm getting to the point where I can work out again, then hey, it's fine, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like have fun with it. But it wasn't fun. You know what I'm saying? Like it got to the point where it was like, oh man, y'all. I was having a hard time. And so I was having a hard time looking at that beard that was just reminding me that I still can't work out. So I chopped it off, and I'm happy with it. It feels good. My face is shorter, fatter, and wider now. I feel like the beard at least gave me some longevity. Like I'm a little bit like, hey, but this is actually who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually I chopped it because it felt like it meant more to me. It was better for me. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes you can lock into your words about something, and then it could actually it might actually be better for you to not. So if I'd say maybe if there's a lesson there, and it's something I try to honor about myself is that just because you say something in one season doesn't mean it's like pertinent for all seasons. I said that this was going to be a fun project to grow my beard out before I could work out. And it was fun. It's fun to kind of be like, hey, look how crazy I look, But then when it stopped becoming fun and became more of a reminder that I still wasn't there, that I was hurting, I was like, okay, cut, like that was fun. That was fun while it lasted. I went 5 months. Without cutting or trimming that beard that you see right there. So, I went a long ways, right? And I'm still on the road to recovery. I'm still on the road to health, and I will still work out one day. You'll probably just see it from my face and my belly getting smaller than my beard getting smaller this time. So that's probably how it'll manifest itself. But welcome to a live stream every single day at 1:30, Monday through Friday. I show up here kind of like at the end of the pier in the movie I Am Legend. You know what I'm saying? I'm broadcasting. If you're out there, if you need some good news, if you need like, you know, a reminder that you're not alone, that's what I'm here for. That's what we're here for. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? It's just let people know they're not alone and continue to share our stories, share what we have going on inside of us. To my goal is eventually to have guests. I'm gonna pull this. Nah, I'm gonna leave that picture up. Why not? I'm gonna the goal is eventually to have some guests come on here and start sharing their stories too. And hopefully we'll be able to do some of that this week. So it should be good. But we just had Easter yesterday. Easter is my favorite holiday by far, 100%. And it happened. It's my favorite holiday because like years ago, I remember it. It was like part of my faith journey, part of my story. Well, some of y'all know that I used to run, you know, nightclubs and bars, restaurants, and I've done that for a long time. If you're wondering why there's a picture of me with this big old full beard on here, it's because I shaved it. I cut it. It's the story of the day. It's breaking news. I cut it because it wasn't serving me well. It wasn't fun anymore. It was more of a reminder that I wasn't feeling well than it was the, you know, motivation. So that's why I have big old faces on there. But anyways, some of y'all know I used to run bars, nightclubs, restaurants. I still have that capacity, and I still may again. You know, once I get on my feet, I've already got some people that I'm talking to about doing some stuff. So who knows? We shall see what goes on with that. But you know, part of my faith journey, part of my walk, you know, is even as I was kind of walking through, even as I was in bars and restaurants, you know, I think that if you were to look back on it, there was something that was different about what we did. We tried to treat people differently. We took care of people in a different way. And a lot of that had to do with my upbringing faith. Now, my faith story isn't exactly like, you know, it's not one that was like, oh, okay, one day I started here and then the next day I was here. But it was one where it was like one day I got it. One day it made sense. And it was actually around Easter. And so I'm going to share that story. I'm going to share my faith story, my faith journey. You guys know, some of y'all know me from running nightclubs, bars, and restaurants. Some of y'all know me from, you know, I don't know, maybe a Bible study or maybe teaching something here and there or whatever. I don't know. You know, here's the thing. Here's what I want you to understand here first and foremost is I'm still the same guy that used to run nightclubs. Like I'm still the same guy that used to, you know, serve at his church. I'm the same person. And I think that sometimes like when we get caught up in transformation, we start to forget about who it was that God let us be in that interim, like in that space of growth and development. And I don't want to leave that behind. I don't want to disavow anything that I have been in the past. I want to make sure I bring it all with me. And so part of, I think, the power of sharing is that we have an opportunity regularly to share our story, talk about who we are, talk about where we've come from. And what that does is that allows someone else who's listening to understand that they're not alone, to understand that they're not by themselves in the world. And so for my faith story, I just want it to be clear. It doesn't have to be yours. Because if it's different, if your story or your journey is different, it doesn't take anything off of the importance of it, because parts of mine are dramatic. And I think that's something that's important for me to say, because, you know, I think there's people that don't have like the most dramatic stories in the world, but have just silently like built things up one by one on their plate until their plate's as full as mine was through a few dramatic or traumatic experiences. And I think that also it's very important to make sure that we're all just like real conscious. We are real empathetic to the fact that we're all struggling. Well, we all got things going on. You know, I saw a hoodie the other day that I kind of wished I designed, and it just said on the back that, you know, be kind to each other because you don't know, because everyone's going through something that they may not have shared. And the thing that the reason why I said I wanted to do this, I wish I designed it, because I think the goal of what I want to do in this space is to encourage people to share. And sometimes to encourage people to share, you have to go first. And so this is me going first. This is me saying, I had a big ugly beard yesterday. I don't today. It's kind of hilarious. But yeah, that was me yesterday. Anyways, my faith journey. The reason why we're talking about this today is because it's Easter. I don't really come in with a whole lot of scripts, to be honest. I turn on the camera, I go live, and then I start talking. I try to, in my mind, try to figure out what it is that God wants me to talk about. And I feel like my faith journey is one of those things, at least for today, especially after Easter, and why Easter is so important to me. Easter was when it all kind of made sense to me personally. I'll never forget. I was 13 years old. If you were to kind of set the scene at 13 years old, I had decided, I had kind of already decided or kind of understood that I had to be a special part. I'll take this picture down. I don't know if how to take it down. Um, Oh, interesting. I don't even know how to take the picture down. Oh, that's how you zoom in on me. That's how you zoom in on me. All right. Well, that might just be what is up there the whole time on Instagram. Look at that. Shouldn't have done it if I didn't know how to undo it, I guess, right? So, anyways, that's it. That's what's going to stay up there the whole time. Sorry, guys. But anyways, that's the big old Easter face right there. That's what we're talking about is Easter. So anyways, I was 13 years old. Um I was in the middle of probably one of the most traumatic times of my life, and I didn't know it. And a lot of times we don't. I was, mixed kid in a black neighborhood, and didn't fit in my neighborhood because I was high yellow, and I didn't fit in my elementary school because I was I didn't have the name brand stuff, and I was too dark. And at 12, I'll never forget. I'll never forget, a situation where my mother had been betrayed, and kind of looking around the room in that moment and realizing that I felt like I had to take on like a responsibility in my family to watch out for my brothers and sisters, to look out for them, and to be honest with you, to protect them from my father. And so I did. I took on that responsibility to try to protect them from my dad from that moment on. And to a certain degree I did, to a certain degree I failed, but either way, I was 13. So this is a year after I kind of decided that I needed to step up and be a different role. A matter of fact, I will say, as I've timelined my life multiple times, it is the time that I know that I stopped being a kid was when I was 12. And I started taking on the responsibility of the family in a different way. And so as I did that, as I navigated trying to kind of keep my head on the swivel or look out for my family as the man of the house, even though there's a man in the house currently present, um, I was in church. It was Easter. And at my church, I'll never forget, it was El Bethel Temple in Orlando. I watched a reenactment of Jesus taking the cross to walking through the streets with the cross. And it was a play, and it was a skit that was, meant to kind of put you there for you to understand what it was and what the importance of it was. And visual, I'm a visual person, and I should have picked it up then, but it took. But I'm a visual person. I'm a visual storyteller. I'm not that great with words and reading words, to be honest. That might be the ADD, but either way, I'm just not that great at it. But I'm really good with visuals. I can recant something back to you. A conversation, I can recant it to you like that. I don't forget a face. And visuals that mean something, I store in my mind. And the first one that I can think of was around Easter, when I was 13 years old, and it was the visual of this king carrying his own cross, carrying the way that he would while he was being tortured, while he was being beaten to die. And it was like that. That was it. I remember I started crying. It was probably the first time it was the first time, and definitely not the last time. I've even cried multiple times on stream so far, and I might even cry again today. But it was just incredibly powerful for me in that moment. I'll never forget. I looked and I said, he did that for me. For me. And so once I was there, once I was able to see, oh, he did that for me. I think religion melted away, and I think my relationship with Jesus started then. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. My story doesn't have to be your story. My beliefs don't have to be your beliefs. It's up to you. It's up to you to cultivate the difference. The thing that's powerful, the thing that's important to hear in this story is that I began a personal relationship with my creator when I was 13. And so the rest of my life has been like it's been interesting. Tomorrow I'm actually gonna maybe I'll get my best friend in Chicago on the show. It's his birthday. His name is AC. And we used to run nightclubs together. I was a GM of a place called Le Passage, and he was my head of security. And and before that, he was a manager. I was a manager at this place called Celebrity, which is run by DJ White Shadow, Paul Blair, who's Lady Gaga's like a DJ and producer now. And we ran that place together, a place called Celebrity in the West Loop. If you're just tuning in and why the picture's stuck up there, I don't know how to get the picture off. I shared a picture of what my big beard looked like yesterday, and then I cut it today. I cut it yesterday, and it's stuck up there. So that's what the picture is on Instagram. If you're on YouTube or if you're on YouTube or Facebook, I didn't put the picture up. But anyways, it was important for me to understand. I did understand at that moment. At that moment when I was 13, that I had to take care of, that things were different, that I had to take care of things differently. And for me, it was like really moving to me that the God that I loved would sacrifice and die for me. And so fast forward to back to running nightclubs, my relationship with one of my best friends, I tell you this because once you realize that you have the opportunity to have a relationship with the person with the guy who created you, once you realize that, like, you'll never be the same. And we would sit here and close the nightclub 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, already half in the bag most of the times, because everyone wants to do shots with the GM. Everyone wants to do shots with the boss. You know what I'm saying? And so I was the boss. You know what I'm saying? I was running around like, acting like I knew what I was doing. And we'd sit there and we'd find our way to the bottom of we'd find our way to the bottom of a bottle of Jameson, pretty much every day. I think it just skipped out on IG. We'd sit there and we'd find our way to the bottom of a bottle of Jameson pretty much every day. And it was not an odd thing for us to find our way to the bottom of a bottle of Jameson every night after work. And what was interesting, or what's odd, is that we'd be talking about God. we'd be talking about like today or now. We'd be talking about like, one day, one day it's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be an incredible day. And what a story it's gonna be when you and I are in ministry and not nightclubs. And here we are. You know what I'm saying? Here we are. God has literally taken away all other options. And I love it, and I'm terrified of it. But days like today, just shortly before I even got on this stream, I haven't talked to her about sharing her name yet, so I'm not going to share her name. But I probably won't, just in general, you know. I probably just won't. But I had someone who sent me an email and said, you know, I don't even know when or what the regularity is that she did it. And this is not the first time that this story has happened. It's not the first time that it's not the last time this will happen. But she was just like, you know, I make a donation, or I make a gift. I don't even know what she called it. Every so often, and I knew right away after seeing one of your Instagram videos that it was going to be you. And so we just said, we just said yesterday, you know, yesterday I pulled the trigger. We've been talking about, I've talked about the connection issue that we already had here on Instagram, and I've watched them happen even through the stream on Facebook and YouTube. And that's because of a couple of different things, but the main thing that could actually solve the majority of that is that I'm on Wi-Fi live streaming to 3 different devices, 3 different ways, which is a lot to handle as far as the Wi-Fi signal connection goes, even though I've boosted it as high as I can for residential. But the reality is my machine can't handle the content and the content creation and the streaming at that rate. It's a great laptop for laptopping, you know what I'm saying, for checking emails and even like, you know, here and there creating a logo or whatever it is. But I need a computer for live streaming and sharing regularly. And so I had just on April 1st, or just last week, last Friday or whatever, updated it. You know, kind of updated what happened last month, where someone that I do not talk to, I have not talked to in years, just randomly was like, God put you on my heart and told me to pay that bill that you posted. And I had literally posted a rant about how expensive my insurance was, and I deleted it within like 50 minutes. I think 52 minutes it was up live. And a friend of mine was like, well, you might not want to put your insurance card number on there. And I was like, you're right. So I deleted it. And I don't really like those kind of posts anyway. I don't like rant posts, but I did. I rant posted, and he saw it in that 52 minutes, and he has to cover it. That was my insurance. And I've decided that to just I want to be candid and frank and clear. I just can't afford the $700 a month that my insurance premium is right now. Like, I just can't. It's stupid, but without a job, I mean, it's $700 a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I don't have a car payment on purpose. I don't have a car on purpose. Like, there's just certain things. But I don't have a choice with that. It's like, because I now have to see so many specialists, pain specialists, knee replacement specialists, a orthopedic surgeon, yada, yada, yada. Now a CRPS person. I have to have a PPO, which is one of the best insurances. And so just in matter of, and so I had just posted and updated this for last week that our monthly goal for April was $2,500. That's $700. We had $200 towards our computer. Our computer build should be about $2,000. I'm praying we can keep it there. Maybe 25, we'll see. But either way, I'm going to start posting like the receipts and everything. Like, I'm going to be like clear, straight up, like, yo, this is how much our graphics card costs. But anyways, we're building this computer. I had just the other day, my friend AC, who I started talking about, who I just said that we should he should show up on the show tomorrow, and I'm gonna ask him right now. He'd be great. I said, you know what? I think I'm just gonna start. I think I'm just gonna tell our boy, because he knows my friend who's gonna do this computer build too. I think I'm just gonna tell my boy to build the computer, and I got this money that I had saved for or set aside, to pay my monthly insurance premium. But I'm gonna at least start with that. I'm gonna do that, and And I didn't explain all that. This is exactly how the conversation goes. See, even in my explanation, I get oversensitive. I'm oversensitized to like what people think or whatever. And I can just hear people be like, you spent your insurance money on a computer to, to live stream? Yes. But, and that's, and that's the right decision. But here's how the conversation actually went. Like I got this money reserved for insurance stuff. But I think I'm gonna tell my boy just to do the build because I feel like I need to do this in faith. And he goes, well, then have him do the computer. And he was like, because nothing else matters if you're moving in faith. Nothing else matters. And God's gonna take care of everything else. And I pulled the trigger on the computer build last night. Last night, I pulled the trigger on the computer build to start building a computer to help to share better, to share more. And today, someone donated. They don't know about the computer build, me pulling the trigger on the computer build. What she said was she saw my Instagram and she said that I was available to donations and she wanted to continue to work and it wasn't much and the money's going to go fast, but she gave me $1,345. And like it just so you know, right now, like I'm looking at a shopping cart that I had started to build for this computer build because it's a custom build. It's piece by piece, which will save a ton of money on the back end because if you buy a computer like this, then they cost $3-4 grand, but it'll save a ton of money on the back end. But you got to do it piece by piece, and so and it's terrifying. And I'm looking at a shopping cart that's around $1,400 right now. For the first stuff, there's a graphics card that we have to hunt down. Apparently, everybody in the world is building a streaming, aka gaming computer, and there's a GPU that I need, graphics card, blah blah blah. So there's some more expensive pieces that come, but the first part, the stuff that I need to get started, costs around $1,400, and it's just like you can't tell me there's not a God. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. No one ever would be able to convince me that there wasn't a God that was listening to my prayers, listening to our prayers. Just period. You wouldn't. I get a chance to see the blessings like real time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and here's what it is to live the way that I do. It is terrifying. It is like I live at the end. I live at the edge. Like, God, you got to do this because I can't, and it might come down and it might be food. It might be, I've taken a lot of notes. I've written a lot of things down and I think that I feel like sometimes maybe looking back at everything that's going on feels safer. It feels better. It feels like, okay, I know God's going to do this crazy thing and I know it's going to be amazing. But when I can just get to the other side of it and I can look back and I can report back on it, that's when it's going to be amazing. But for me, you got to understand. You got to understand. Like, I mean, I've been out here like, I've gone so far in that there have been days that I haven't known exactly where like grocery money was coming from. I've been out here so long. I've been out here in this desert for so long that I literally just expect like food to fall from the sky. And it does every single time. And I got too many stories about it happening. I got too many things. I still have rough days. I had a rough day last night. I mean, I was up till 5 or 6 in the morning last night in pain. Like, God, why? Seriously, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? Why? And so I'm living proof. I'm living proof that there's a God that is that loves you personally and deeply, and loves each and every single thing about you, and will show up every single time you need him. And it might be dramatic fashion, it might be rough between now and then, but God shows up, and we celebrate. I try to celebrate regularly how good God is. I try to celebrate. This is a celebration. Today's a celebration of how good God is, and how good and how well he'll provide when you're faithful. But Easter is a special reminder. It's a special reminder that we have a God who just loves us intimately. You know what I'm saying? And made a sacrifice for us intimately. Like, walked around on earth, didn't have to, and then went to the cross for us and didn't have to. And so that for me, I'm thankful. For me, I'm grateful. I'm a grateful human being, because I have been at his mercy. He's been merciful to me and provided for me so many times and so often that it's incredible. And I want you to know that you can believe that and have a really hard day at the same time. You can know. And I think that we're in this real binary world where you can either be or be. And that's not reality. And you can fill in the blanks. You could either be this, either or be that. Like, that's it. Those are your options. And it's not true. You can be having the hardest time of your life and be as blessed as you've ever been. I promise. I'm living testimony to that. It does not take away from the difficulty. It doesn't take away from the pain. It's just a reminder that you're not alone. It's just a reminder. It's just a reminder that you're never alone. And I don't know if I just record that for 30 minutes. If I just say you're never alone for 30 minutes every single day, I'll be happy. you know. But I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful to my friends who like believe in me, listen to God, and help. I'm really grateful for the ones that show up. I'm really grateful. And I promise I'll keep showing up. I promise I'll keep doing exactly what it is that God wants me to do. I'm gonna. I don't. I feel like I'm somber. I think I'm just exhausted. I am ecstatic today. I am over. I think I'm. That's what it is. I think I'm overwhelmed. I think I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now. Just long night, lots of pain, but big blessings coming in, and just so grateful. So grateful. And I can't even believe it. If you want to be part of this community, there are people that have joined this community, and the way that we're inviting people to join this community right now, you know what I'm saying, is to join our Discord. And if you want to be part of like the Good News Train, this is basically what I call this is Good News and Company. This show I call Good News and Company. And the reason why is because like, I feel like I'm gonna share some good news, even if it sounds like, yo, I'm getting my whole ass kicked today, and God is good, or I'm getting my whole ass kicked, and I got friends that are showing up. I got I just got a friend. And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. When you're going through it, there's somebody out here that's gonna watch this video, because no one's watching this video right this minute. And I care not. I'm just this might be the only thing that someone sees this entire time. For whatever reason, they may fast forward to 40 minutes into this video. I don't know. But there's someone watching this video right now who has been going through something for so long that it not just does it feel like it's never going to end, it feels like you don't want to share it anymore because it just hurts others. Like your pain is now being like broadcast to the world, or like your pain is contagious. And I just want to tell you, I just want to promise you, I just want to, you know what I want to do? I want to pray because I don't want to say my words. I want to request, I want to make a request. Dear God, dear Dad, dear Daddy, dear Father, dear Abba, the person that is listening right now, that needs to hear this right now, I pray first and foremost that you just give that person a hug, that you just be with that person so that they know and they understand that they're not alone, first and foremost. The person that is struggling with something that is just enduring, Lord, Lord, I want to be one of those people. I'm praying for myself and for others. But as a person who has suffered and is suffering with something right now that is really difficult, Lord, it gets harder and harder and harder to share. It gets harder and harder and harder to talk about it. It goes deeper and deeper and deeper into us, Lord, as the pain persists. And I just want you to, what I want you to do, what I'm hoping, Lord, what I'm praying for you to do in me is that as that pain gets deeper and deeper and deeper, Lord, that what you're doing is you're carving out a capacity for me to hold space for others in that place in the future. That as I feel the pain getting deeper into my soul, I feel like it's a pain that is contagious. I feel like it's something that not just do I not want to talk about anymore, but like I don't want to hurt people with it anymore. And as I feel that, as I navigate that, as this person navigates that, Lord, just remind us to remind them that like that you're in control of everything, that you got it. You got this. And when we feel the most helpless, when we feel the most incomplete, when we feel the weakest, those are the moments that you're the strongest. And I so then I thank you. I thank you for the duration. I thank you for the pain. I thank you for the promise. I thank you for the provision. I just thank you for everything that you're doing, even if I can't understand it. And even if that person, because I know that there's a person that's listening, Lord, that needs to hear that the thing that they've kept, the thing that they've continued to bury, and you just brought a person's name to my mind, and I'm gonna reach out to her, I promise, right after this. But that it is that you are doing your best work there, that you are doing the most transformation there at the tip of the spear that feels like it is piercing our hearts. You're doing your best work there. If we let you, if we fight it, if we try to, block it, if we try to solve the thing the way we want to solve the thing, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You got to do the work. We got to trust you to do the work. So we trust you. I ask you, Lord, to keep doing that work. Keep piercing us to make us complete. Keep shooting holes in our story to make us bulletproof. Whatever it is that you need to do, keep doing the work. I'll stay up till 6 o'clock in the morning, whenever I need to. If you just keep working on me, and that's all I ask. Just keep working on me. Keep working on us. Keep reminding us that you're there. Keep reminding us that we're not alone. Keep encouraging people to share and to free themselves because they have the key. You've given us the key. You are the key. You're it. You got it. You've provided it. So we just pray that you continue to give people the keys to their own freedom. In Jesus' name, amen. I first I think the person that was me that needs to know that and be reminded of that. I feel better sharing. I feel better. I feel even better sharing when I know it's not it's not I'm not trying to solve it on my own, because that's impossible. It's impossible. It would be impossible for me to go through this situation by myself on my own, not just with friends, but without a guy who just reminds me, loves me, takes care of me, encourages me, holds me up, provides for me, uses people around me to love on me. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is week 4, and we're going to keep going. And week 4 is going to turn into, week 5, and then eventually we're going to be at week 59 or 52, and we're going to make a decision as to how to take the show from there. But right now, share the live stream. And I'm going to tell you this is the way I sign off all of them. Don't forget to share. You have enough. Don't forget to share. You have enough. And here's what I mean by that. I'll continue to break it down. If it's blessings, you have enough. You have enough to share. You have the ability, the capacity to buy the person behind you coffee in line. You have the ability or the capacity to reach out to somebody. This person shared with me, and it like melted my heart. I didn't even know if I was going to be able to come on stream today, because it's so much of a blessing. It's so random. It's so powerful that it wrecked me. It was such a reminder that I was not alone in this whole thing. And it was important. And so you have enough. Don't forget to share. And I'm not just talking about I'm not just talking about finances though, or money. I'm talking about time. You think you don't have enough time. You have enough time to spend an hour a week checking on somebody deeply. You have time. You have enough. You have enough. You have enough time to reach out to a person that just the person that is on your heart right now. You have enough to pick up the phone and say, yo, I miss you. I'm loving on you. I care about you. I'm thinking about you. You have enough. And if you're going through something, if you're going through pain, if you're going through suffering, if you're going through hard life, or just life that's building and building and building, if it's just like one piece of straw and then another piece of straw and another piece of straw, it's not. There is a straw that broke the camel's back saying, because it all adds up, the little things. So if you're a person that's just going through it, share it. You have enough. You have enough going on. You have enough going on in your life. We have to share. We have to share. We have to take the things that are going on inside of us, and we have to give them away. We have to get them off of our chest. We have to process them. We have to take them to people that we trust and we respect and we love and that we know care for us. And we have to just be like, yo, this is how I'm showing up. This is where I'm at. This is what I got. And so don't forget to share, because we have enough. We have enough blessings. We have enough bruises. We have enough pain. We have enough provision. We have enough. We have enough on our plates. And we have to share. The only way back to each other, the only way to heal our land, the only way that God has shown me to heal this land is to connect people back to each other, to work on connecting people back to each other and help them reform, recreate what relationship together looks like. That's why Ephesians 4:9 says that 2 are better than 1. For when one fell, woe is him, woe is he who has no one to pick him up when he falls down. That's my improv words, and Lord, I don't mean to improv your words, but that's what it means. 2 are better than 1. You understand? That's what God's teaching us. That's what he wants us to understand. We're better together. And so let's keep being better together. And I just thank you, God, for the opportunity to process, even in a hard day, You give me good news. Even in a hard season, you give me good news. And I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful for the opportunity. So thanks for y'all tuning in. I'm out. I'm out. I think I'm taking a nap. I'm a little bit spent, but see y'all tomorrow at 1:30. I'll be here. I'll be here on time. I'll be showing up like I am legend at the end of the pier every single Monday through Friday, 1:30. Guarantee that you are not alone, and I'm going to prove it. We're going to prove it. If I can't show up, somebody will. Or if I can't show up, maybe I'll broadcast from my bed. Who knows? Who knows? Thought about it the other day. But thanks y'all for everything. I appreciate you. Join the Discord. Links in the server. Links in the comments or in the description. Join our Discord. It's a place where there's prayer. There's prayer requests. There's serving opportunities. There's prayer reports. We're getting to. I want to build that out together. I don't want to do it alone. I don't want to do any of this stuff alone. Let's see if I can turn off this. As I close off, I'm gonna end stream for the Facebook and for the YouTube. Bye guys. Love y'all. Don't forget to share.